My name is Yoshinori Ono, and the two games I'd like to talk about today that I am in charge of are Shadow of Rome and Capcom's Fighting Evolution. Basically, we started development on this game wanting to try an original concept. I mean, we've done a lot of different things in the 2D fighting genre. The last thing we did was a Capcom versus SNK and Capcom versus Marvel versus Capcom. So we've tried mixing two different fighting games together, as well as different characters from totally different entertainment medias together into one game. So what this whole game symbolizes is trying to mix 5 different systems throughout 5 different games together, and then see who in fact is the strongest character for all of these 5 different games. Of course, we've retouched up the graphics to suit PlayStation 2 and Xbox, so they have become a little prettier, but we've tried to maintain the faithful number of frames in each game, so people that are used to a short hit from from Ryu or from Chun-Li is going to be really quick. It's going to have the same amount of frames it always has. It's just going to look prettier. Basically, yeah, we thought it through, and what we wanted to pick are a bunch of characters that truly symbolize each game. So we do have a Ryu, but we don't have a Ken, because Ryu already symbolizes that type of character for his game. So we went through and we only, picked a limited number of characters for each game. So we had to make sure that each one of those characters had something that made them stand out, yet totally represent the game that they were fighting for, so to speak. And then of course there's the concept, which is each system fighting against another system. So we wanted to make sure that we chose characters that would represent that system, so that when they fought against each other, you would feel like, yes, this is a character that totally shows off what Street Fighter 2 is capable of. And yes, this is a character that totally exemplifies what is good about Darkstalkers. Basically, there are 3 major groups. Warzord Red Earth game, there's also Darkstalkers, and the Street Fighter games, all 3 of them. Now the 3 Street Fighter games are unique in the fact that you have Street Fighter 2, which basically was all about technique. You've got Street Fighter Alpha, which is more basing itself on speed. And then you have Street Fighter 3, which utilizes the technical blocking, so to speak. Basically, with those 5 different games, you have a different feeling for each one, and they all bring something different to the table. And the last 2, to talk a little more in detail, we have Darkstalkers, which is all about its chain combo system, which you can link chains together really quickly, which also sort of lends itself to a speedy nature of fighting. So you have a little bit of speed, and you have the technical combo system that you're linking together, which also makes it very different from the Street Fighter series. And then you have the Red Earth Warzord game as well, and that also utilizes different beasts and monsters in it, which sort of have an unexpected nature. You have no idea what kind of attack they're going to do. I mean, if it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, does it kick you, or does it bite you, does it use its tail? So it can come at you from many different directions, that it really has a high level of strategy, just based on that alone. Basically, this is a game that is known in Japan on a limited level, and it also does represent a really good stage of Capcom fighting game development. And it was kind of a shame the whole time that nobody ever knew this game. We had this great game on our hands, and none of the American users really knew what it was about. So we determined, yes, this is one that we want to kind of present to the American audience and get them to know how good this game is. So that's why we decided to put it in. Basically, we're going to make sure that the graphics are top-notch for both of those systems. There's also going to be the training mode. That's pretty standard in fighting games. We don't know if this other mode we're going to be able to include in the American version, but there's going to be an edit sort of version where you take the plays of different people throughout Japan who have played the game. They'll actually be stored on some kind of a memory unit, and then they're going to take that and you'll be able to fight against those really good Japanese players. Maybe they'll put that in the US version, maybe not. We're still thinking about it. And the last thing is for Xbox Live, we intend to try and make it that it's compatible for the game, so people will be able to play online, hopefully. Basically, right now we're thinking about sometime in December for both Japan and America. That's not set in stone, but hopefully we'll be able to hit that date and get a nice 2D fighting game out for Christmas. However, for the Xbox version, because we still have to try and develop the online play and work out those bugs, we're going to start working on that after the PS2 version is done. So that will be released at a later date, hopefully sooner than later.